up? Big Herc916, positivity, motivation, keeping you laced up. I recently dropped a video on my Instagram under Big Herc916. Go and subscribe, support. And it was talking about ex-President Nixon, who officially declared Father's Day a holiday in 1972. But in 1971, he declared war on drugs. He also took away the gold standard. So money was completely devalued, and the United States no longer had sovereignty based on anything intrinsic, which sovereignty is based on value. That's another discussion though. But getting back to Nixon, so fast forward, and at the time, black families had both the father and mother in the household at a very high rate, high percentage, up until the 80s, when you've seen the neighborhoods flooded with drugs. Part of that was also to destroy any type of black community leadership. You had the Black Panthers back then who were wiped out through drug use and people infiltrating their organization. You know, a lot of the food programs and things back then they had that were actually helping the black community, those things were eradicated, and just the total destruction of the black community. Now, people say, well, you know, you shouldn't do stuff that's illegal.
You mean to tell me that this is a coincidence?
Well, the thing about doing things that are legal, when you put things in a situation, you set it up to where you know there's going to create a reaction for that action. And for those of you who talk about, you know, illegal, legal, the lines are really blurred because everything in this country was founded on illegal. They just closed the loophole behind them so that a lot of the minorities couldn't follow suit, whether it be tobacco, whether it be cotton, whether it be alcohol, whether it be opium, which a lot of those quote unquote, what they call individuals who founded a lot of these colleges, these blue bloods that started pharmaceutical companies, they were all drug dealers. Look up Drugs Incorporated. These guys they're all drug dealers. Cecil Rhodes, drug dealer. A lot of the people, Coca-Cola, involved in cocaine. I mean, it's all there, man. Just do your research, and you'll be surprised what you'll find out. So you start looking at the big picture, and a lot of things come to light, whether it's leaving train loads of guns for young people to find in the inner cities. You know, look on this train car number so-and-so, you'll find some crates of weapons which can fuel the gang violence, or flood a community with accessible drugs, which creates wars among the different neighborhoods. But it's all a chess game, and it's played 50 years in advance. You know, we think year to year. You think one generation, these people think 2-3 generations. But the comments are golden, and that's what I want to get to. The people that watch my channel, that watch my YouTube, as far as the fans, and also the people that support my IG, say some really intelligent things in regards to some of the stuff I post. You know, I put stuff on here to entertain too, but I like to put game mixed in with that, so I give you applesauce with a little bit of medicine in it. One of the comments was, like you said, OG, they playing chess. They playing chess while we out here playing kids games. We already talking about a year 2055 while we worried about the rights we can't exercise. Another person said, Herc, we should go back earlier to 1950s and 60s. The first HUD secretary, Robert C. Weaver, helped usher in the welfare system and the term no man in the house rule. This was done to purposely break up black families. This helped create the pipeline for incarceration of black men. By the way, Robert C. Weaver is the black man himself, and he knew the destruction it would bring to us. He can be seen standing behind LBJ signing the housing program. These plans are meant not to be a direct impact as they seem, but more like generation plans. Yeah, like I said, they plan out 50 years in advance. And, you know, the typical black, brown person, they just, you know, they're trying to make it through the generation to give their kids something, but these people are thinking about their grandkids. Another comment that was interesting was military airplanes that clearly black men have no clear access to unless maybe they join the military, and doing that is risky. Let's not forget the CIA delivering drugs to blacks and said communities. It's like they want to completely absolve themselves from black men and women's plight. Now this comment's pretty deep. For using your celebrity platform to speak about the truth, Big Herc, thank you. Don't take my word for what I'm about to tell you. Educate yourself on what's really going on around you. Aaron Salter Jr., the ex-cop who was killed in an Atlanta grocery store mass shooting, had recently invented the free energy water power system for automobiles. I think he's talking about actually the Buffalo shooting. He was in process of getting a patent and was murdered before he could get it done. It's clear that this is the main reason for the mass shootings, and I think he meant to say Buffalo instead of Atlanta, was executed. Plus the reasons to continue the separation of races, people, distraction of the public from other important issues, and for the push towards taking guns from us all to eventually reach their goal of rendering us defenseless against them. It's all a tyrannical process of more intense slavery on the public masses. The government will go to any extent necessary to control us all. Never believe what they tell you on CNN or any other government-controlled mainstream media source. It's absolutely fact that the CIA, United States government, had access to advanced mind control and electromagnetic frequency brainwave technology that will cause a human being to do atrocious mass shootings act. It started with the MK Ultra, which was a covert United States government/Nazi program to control people's behavior without their knowledge. Their main objective was to create hypno-program assassins. These are people who will kill on command. Said malevolent program was exposed in United States congressional hearings and Senate in 1974 when Seymour Hersh, a New York Times reporter, exposed it to the public. The CIA has admitted to this. It's all documented. These existing MK Ultra technologies are now far more advanced. The upgrade technologies they've honed can beam thoughts into someone's head from space, and the person will believe it's their own. These are facts, not conspiracy theories. If the people knew what technologies the government have access to, experiment with, and execute on human beings for tyrannical and malevolent purposes, there would be an all-out mass public revolt. Become aware, people. This is psychological warfare against us all. Excuse me for pronouncing that wrong. The word kind of tongue twister there for me, but what do you think of that? I mean, if you've seen Jason Bourne, you've seen how they, in the movie, which is Hollywood, but Hollywood also gives us a reflection of what's actually already transpired or transpiring, but you know, the MK mind control. And if you're familiar with anything as far as like the music industry in the 60s and 70s, They used a lot of this when they were talking about experiment with like a lot of the psychedelics with the Doors, Jimi Hendrix's music, how that could play into controlling the young people, the youth. So there's a lot of truth to what that person's saying, and I'm saying go do your research to find out all the facts. But MK Ultra, a lot of these things have been spoken about on other channels. There's information out there about it now that we have so much access to information. But the game is big, man. The game is big, and if you think that these things that happen are by coincidence or they're just being done without any thought, you have no idea what world we live in and how big this playing field is. There's a lot going on behind closed doors, but it's been going on for years. A lot of things are just not coming to the surface, but do your homework, man. And like I said, shout out to all the fans for the comments, because the comments are golden. I learn a lot from you guys when I read these comments, and it breaks down a lot of things. Another fan actually said, hey, I'm a big fan of your message. I've got a book talking about the same thing. It's $3.99 on Amazon, The Good Gaslighting Guide. But I got a free copy for you at johnsonwolf.com. So this person's talking about the whole Nixon thing, war on drugs. But it's been a war on minorities from beginning of time, man. I mean, fear of a black planet, fear of a brown planet, separation, divide. Because when you do start working together and that seems to actually have any type of cohesive unity, they want to destroy that. I've seen where even now there's so-called people in one community that are talking about their rights, but then they're turning around and saying the black woman is the Niger of the world. But these people want you to back their play, but they're calling another race a negative connotation tied in with something else that's has nothing to do with the whole racial. It's that connotation shouldn't even be used. So there's a lot of warped opinions going on right now. A lot of people just lashing out, talking crazy, and they have not done any fact checking as far as what's the numbers breaking down for a lot of things happening, and they're just speaking and they don't really understand the full scope of what's transitioned right now on the surface that's been brewing for years behind closed doors. So do your homework, man. Positivity, motivation over here. I'm just glad I'm able to share the message, because it needs to get out, and there's a need for more people with the knowledge to share to those, so that this information could grow and people can become more aware of really what the big game plan is for humanity. Big Herc916. This video is brought to you by Amato Enterprise, the best in TV mounting in the Phoenix, Arizona area. They build TV walls, over the fireplace, ceiling mounts, all for as low as $100. Rated #1 in the Phoenix, Arizona area on thumbtack.com. For your TV mounting needs in Arizona, contact Amato Enterprise. Don't forget to stop by the Big Herc916 store and pick up a sticker for your car, or a patch, or a sticker for your laptop, or maybe a beanie, or read one of the many books that Big Herc916 has authored. You know how we do it.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com.
Hello, I'm Big Herc916. Contact me for life coaching and motivational speaking.